Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Chisme podcast, episode 21. We're so excited to have you guys here. Sister, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I actually got a haircut today, so I feel like I look more put together. I feel like lately on the podcast, I've had my hair like slicked back, but it's because my shit has been whack, okay? For the past year or so, my hair has been falling out because I was on Ozempic. Like, I will say that is a side effect of Ozempic. And it's been kind of rough. Like, I've been really nervous to like do my hair because I'm like scared that it's gonna pull out more.
Yeah.
And I feel like my hair is not one of those, like, my hair does not look good naturally. Like, it does not look good naturally. Like, if I just brush it.
Oh my God, mine
No,
either. I literally look like Hagrid from Harry Potter. And Hermione at best.
Yeah, yes.
Season 1. I mean, first movie.
Season 1. Yeah, no, like, that's how I feel too. Like, my hair's just not one of the, like, you know those beautiful curly-headed women who, like, their hair can be just curly and beautiful out of the shower? Like, I'm not one of those.
You used to have curly hair like that.
Yes, but when I started being on Ozempic and my hair started, falling out, I wouldn't say hugely, but, like, enough, my hair lost its, like, ability. And I also did a Brazilian blowout 2 years ago, and my hair never went back to the same. So, honestly, I do not recommend it. it. So today I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go get a haircut. I'm gonna go back to the lady that I went to last time. I'm gonna go. It's been a year and a half. Embarrassing. So I get there, I'm already nervous because my shit has been looking horrible. Like, she's not cute. And I get there, I'm already really nervous because I'm like, fuck, like, you can definitely tell that I've lost hair. Like, you can see the baby hairs. Like, my hair looks just horrendous. And I go back, I get shampooed, and this is the most intense shampoo I have ever gotten. Like, this man, first and foremost, this is the first time I've been shampooed by a man, and I wasn't gonna judge, like, just because it's a man. Yeah. But, like, the way he went on my head, like, I have dents now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was digging in there with his grubby hands. I was like, sir, like, be careful. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, I lost more hair in that bowl than probably in the last year. He was, massaging the fuck out of my head. And I was like, oh shit. And then at one point, he slipped a finger in my ear. And I don't think he meant to, but, like, he fully was in there. And I was like, I don't know what to say. Like, I feel weird. I don't like this. Whatever, we get up. I'm texting you and I'm like, I don't know what I want to say. I was so uncomfortable after that. Yeah. And I'm sure he didn't mean to. It wasn't, whatever. He was just trying to, like, get, my hair to be, like, as clean as possible. And it just, like, wasn't great. I sit down and this lady has done a beautiful job in the past. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, her work is great. However, so I'm sitting there, she's looking at my hair, and I'm showing her what I want, and she keeps pointing out that the pictures I'm showing her are, like, of fully, like, very, like, voluminous hair, like a person with a lot of hair. And I've never had the issue with a hairstylist telling me that I don't have enough hair for anything because I've always been the bitch with lots of hair. And she asks me, she goes, have you recently had a baby? Your hair is really, really thin. And I was like, I literally sat there and I was like, damn, like, and she's like looking at my hair and, like, picking up the pieces, like these little pieces in the front. She's like, yeah, like, do you see, like, it's not, like, it's your baby hairs, or, like, your hair is a little bit brittle. And I was like, damn, bitch, like, you didn't have to do me like that. So I'm like, no, I was on medication. I don't think she meant it to be rude, but I'm not gonna lie, I had a frog in my throat. I was about to cry. I was like, it hurt my feelings. And I was, like, mid-cut. So she was, like, cutting my hair already, like, by the time that, like, it started to hurt my feelings. So I was like, whatever, it's not that deep. But I will say that, like, you don't realize how, like, much hair loss affects you until it happens to you. Yeah. Because I used to be the kind of girl that I was like, oh, if my hair falls out, I'm, like, not gonna care. It's just hair. But that is a lie. Your hair is, like, a part of your personality. Yeah. And it has been a journey with how much my hair has fell out this past year.
Dang, dude.
I know.
I would have been like,
I know.
What happened to your hair?
And she kept saying, like, the hairstyle that you want, we can't do on your hair. Like, do you see? She has a full head of hair. And I kept saying, what does that mean? I have a full head of hair. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? I just have never experienced that. And I think it was just my first time ever being in a situation where I wasn't that girl with the most hair. I've always had a lot of hair.
Yeah, you've always had more hair than not.
Yeah, and everyone always, like, every time I get my hair done, someone, like, you have such thick hair, and, like, it was a reality check, and it hurt my feelings.
I'm
like,
sorry, sister.
It's okay. She did a beautiful job.
Yeah, she did. It looks really good.
It looks good, and she did what needed to be done, but that was, like, kind of my biggest fear, is getting my hair done and someone commenting on it, because she was like, she pointed at the ends and she's like, do you see how thin this is? She literally went like this. She picked up my hair and she showed me. And I was like, I know. Why do you think I'm here?
Oh my God. I would have been like, okay,
dude, yes.
Obviously, I'm here for a reason. You just pointed out.
Yeah. And at the end, she kind of like tied it all in and she was like, in 6 months, you're going to be good to go. You're not going to have thin ends anymore. Like, she was like trying to like, you know, I don't think she realized that she made me feel bad because I didn't let on. But it did really, really hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
And it does like pose a question for me, at least for like hairstylists, like that shouldn't be something you're saying, right? Like, that's not normal.
Yeah. I've never had a hairstylist say that to me.
Yeah, no. You have really nice hair.
No, but I've also lost a lot of hair.
Yeah. I think she just
I feel like people need to just be like, you can say things, but you don't have to like keep going and like poke at the wound.
Yeah. I think her intention was not to make me feel bad. I think she was just trying to prove that we could get to the results I wanted, even though my hair was thin.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But it did not come off like that at all. And I think, you know, she was older. I'm not saying that older people were rude. I'm just saying I don't think it clicked to her that it was like coming off mean.
Yeah.
But no, bitch, I was sitting there like, damn, might as well just stab me with the scissors. Just stab me at this point. If this man was fucking over here denting my skull, just run me over at this point. I'll look better. But yeah, that was my morning. The hair does look good though. I look fire.
Yeah, you look good.
It was very much needed. But that was kind of a dumpster fire of my morning. But we need to talk about the situations of dumpster fires on TikTok. But before that, how's your weekend?
It was good. I went walking this morning. I'm in my walking era, as I stated last podcast episode.
Yes, I love that for you. I feel like walking is good for you.
Yeah, it is. I love it.
Yeah. And we're, going walking tomorrow and I'm pumped. It'll be nice.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. So we're going to be walking tomorrow. If you see me out there, just know that, I did what I was told. But I do want to talk about a few things on TikTok. I feel like we're getting a lot of tea in different story times, different series, but I think this is the craziest one I've heard since Risa Tisa.
Yes.
Which is this lady.
Katie's rug.
Katie's rug. Katie found a rug in her backyard.
In her front yard,
I'm sorry. And she documented the whole experience because the rug seemed to have something in it.
Right. And because why would you bury just a rug?
That is a great question.
Yeah.
And the rug brought a lot of attention.
A lot.
People were wondering, what is in this damn rug?
Yeah.
And she TikTok the whole thing. It was like police had came to her house.
It all started very like in a joking manner, and then it all ended very serious, according to her, but not serious enough to not make merch.
Yes. So she started off, I think it was just like, oh, there's something in my yard. It wasn't like there's someone buried in my yard, which is what it led to. But it got a lot of attention. She did interviews with, news reporters, and she had said that even it was so lighthearted that her friends were going to bring over shovels and they were going to have a bring your own shovel party.
Yeah, they did have it, I believe. Like right before the people came or something like that, that's what they were doing.
Okay.
They started digging because the people were saying like, you guys have to dig at this point. Like you can't just leave us hanging.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, it ended up being that the police had came and the dogs were there. But I do think that her drawing so much attention to it could have maybe, because like nothing was found or whatever. The update was that nothing was found, but people thought that there could have been a body back there. And I do think that maybe if there was something more serious, maybe they didn't tell her.
Absolutely, because both dogs sat in the little area. And I think that police or whoever was out there was like, she's putting everything out online, so we're not gonna tell her the details. We're gonna take the rug, do some more testing, because I don't know. I don't believe it. I don't believe that there's nothing on the rug.
Yeah, I agree.
I believe there's something on the rug, but they won't let her know because she's putting everything online.
I also think they can't tell you, right?
Oh, I'm not sure.
But I think they in that kind of situation, like, wouldn't that be like tampering or something? Like if she puts it out there? No, not tampering, but like it would just be like if there's a case of some sort.
Oh yeah, I guess.
It could just.
But the thing is that apparently like her laptop got like smashed or something, and then her stepson's like phone, he went to sleep and it was 100%, and then he woke up, it was at 3%. So like, what are the answers to that? Yeah,
she woke up and she showed her office area, and it was like her laptop was shattered and something was moved on her desk. And people were like, instead of thinking that it's ghost, could it have been that someone broke in?
Yeah.
And I'm like, my first thought would be somebody broke in. but her first thought it was ghosts. So this story I feel like is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
What I find insane though, yes, share the story with us about the rug, but to make merch, that is wild to me.
Yeah. I think she just took an opportunity and ran with it. I mean, she gained millions of followers, but so many people now are like, time to go unfollow so-and-so. Katie, I forgot her last name, Santry, I believe. Yeah. She's like, time to unfollow Katie Santry. There's nothing in the rug. But I don't think she's really lost followers.
Yeah, she went from like 300,000 to like 2 million in like 4 days, which is crazy. Yeah. And I mean, of course, when someone's sharing a story like that, which is like happening in real time, it piques interest. And I feel like we were all collectively super, super invested.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely thought that there was going to be something in the rug, like... And I think that the reason why they even went and got the rug after they told her that they were not going to do it, they were not going to like use their services to get the rug. I think it's because, you know, she was getting so much attention online.
Yeah, of course. Because now, like, if they don't...
I was invested, bitch. I was on that live. I was on her live waiting for answers. Yeah. I was like...
That's crazy.
She's like, I contacted the last person that lived here. Their family is like in a home, like the parents are really old. I'm like... There's so much to the story. And then for there to not be anything in the rug, I was like, I feel like there was. I think that they're going to go do testing, and I think that they're just not going to tell her. I think that's what's going on.
I could see that. I do think, though, that, like, it is a little wild to, like, document that whole thing. I do, as a chismosa, as someone who's nosy, like, I'm grateful.
Did you see the neighbor?
Wait, no.
The neighbor, like, you know how, like, usually neighbors are, like, peeking through, like, the window? No, he was sat in his chair in the front.
I would be too. I'd be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
I mean, but the neighbor had the same view in a way that we did because everything was documented, like every single moment.
Yeah.
And like,
and I think at one point they told her that she couldn't record anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's intense. It's intense. The merch throws me. I'm sorry. I am one of those
because also a lot of people were saying, oh, you're just doing this for attention. And she was like, no, I'm not doing this for attention. I'm just a regular girl, like all these things. And then she comes out with merch.
Yeah, I saw the merch page or the merch options on Reddit. I went to her page and I couldn't find the link. So I'm like, did she take them down?
Or was it really her or someone else?
But people were saying that it was her. And I saw the merch options, the t-shirts. I was like, okay, this is in very poor taste if it is her. I think that merch and that kind of situation is crazy. But I do understand the investment of everyone because, like, collectively as a TikTok community, we get invested.
Yeah, this was very much like Risa Tisa.
Yes, very much so. And that was...
Risa Tisa's story was more intense in my opinion because there were so many parts. And this, like, I think that if something had been found, this would have been intense as well. But then it, you know, not being anything at the end. Yeah,
Risa Tisa's was wild because it was like 50 parts.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. But I really thought that, you know, it got wild here too when the dogs sat. Yeah. And apparently these dogs, like, I read somewhere or someone posted this like on TikTok that they're like 95 or 85% correct. Like, I think that because both dogs sat, I think that there's something going on that they just don't want to let the people know.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I think they would probably tell you, like, nothing's going on and then try to figure, like, I'm sure there's, like, little things that they think is happening. They want to make sure because it's, like,
they don't want to give false information.
All eyes are on her.
Yeah.
And also, her sharing every single step of the way, like, I'm sure is probably, like, for them, like, for the people who are looking into this, they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's why at one point they were like, you can't record anymore. And she even said it in one of her videos.
Yeah. I mean, when I went to her TikTok and she gave an update 1 minute ago, okay, I was on there when she posted, there was 3,000 likes.
Yeah. No, people were invested.
You know how many people have to be, like, watching your page for you to get that many views in that second? Like, it was crazy. Yeah. Like, very crazy. But speaking of Risa Tisa, she's getting a series with her series of Who the Fuck Did I Marry? Like, it's becoming a thing.
I'm excited.
Yes.
It's exciting.
Good for her.
Good for her. Like, she deserves all this and more. Okay.
Yes.
That story, I still remember being like, what the fuck? She's like, part 52, not 52, what the fuck? 42, who the fuck did I marry?
Oh my God. And Legion? She truly entertained us to a level that I cannot explain in a way that I don't think anyone else has done on TikTok ever. Like, Risa Tisa will go down, in my opinion, as an icon.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, her story was so traumatizing.
And it was so in detail. Like, the fact that she kept diaries of all this stuff. Like, I'm sure that like now that she's out of it and she's looking back, like that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like she went through a lot.
And it's good though to see her like thriving now, because I'm sure at the time it would have taken me to a fucking place that I don't even know if I would have been able to come out of.
Yeah.
Like,
of course.
You know what I mean? Like, that's insane.
I think that that's a very good point. Although this was a very entertaining series, it must have been extremely traumatizing for her. You know what I mean? Like, it is a very intense scenario. One of those, let alone all of the things this man did to her, the lying, the gaslighting, the fake accounts, and like on top of that, it was during COVID. So
the looking at houses and there's not even money, that's, oh my God, it's crazy. But I'm so glad that she's doing well, and I'm so glad that she's getting something out of this, and I hope that he is just, whatever happened to him?
I'm sure he's rotting somewhere.
But he came on TikTok for a little minute, right?
I hate when they come on TikTok and share their side of the story. Like, like you do all these fucked up things, and he's like, actually, I wasn't wearing a red shirt. It was blue. You know what I mean? Like,
it's so dumb. Like they like focus on the dumbest things. Like, she said I was, driving a white car, but it was black. Okay, but what about the fact that you fucking lied to her and said that you had all this money in your account and you didn't? Like, who gives a fuck about the color of the car?
Exactly.
Like, what about the deep stuff?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. But I'm very excited to see what this will turn into.
Yeah, me too.
But, speaking of crazy, you know who's crazy?
Who?
Seth Altman.
Bitch.
Seth, if you're listening.
Fuck you, Seth.
The entire state of Texas in panic on Friday morning.
Kathy, the way that I was so confused. I was confused. I was scared. I'm surprised I didn't shit myself. Because when you're in that deep sleep and like, I just knew that it wasn't time to wake up. Like, when you're like, no, I'm not supposed to be waking up.
Yeah.
And so the alarm of the alert is so aggressive.
Yeah.
So aggressive. So it goes off and I'm sleeping on my stomach and I literally go, boom. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like looking for my phone and I'm like trying to turn it off and I'm like, what the fuck? And I look and I'm like, an alert?
Yeah.
An alert.
Yes, dude. Yes.
An alert. And then I'm like, what the fuck? So then I'm like looking at the alert and I'm like, Hall County. And then like, I'm like, so I'm like panicking because I'm like, where the fuck is Hall County? Like, there's no way that you just fucking woke me up.
Yeah.
For like, it has to be nearby. Like, there's no way that you just, and I promise you, this alarm was louder than any other fucking like Amber Alert. So I'm looking up Hall County. Then something comes up in Virginia and I'm like, no, that's Texas. It's like 7 hours away from here. I'm in Houston. What the actual fuck do you want me to do? Like, please explain.
Yes.
Like, what was I supposed to do? Then my corazón was beating so fast. I was like, I'm gonna fucking piss myself. I was so scared because I was like, the world is ending. Like,
no, dude, I agree. It was so
like,
scary.
There's missiles. We need to get undercover. Like I was freaking out. Like, it was just so violent.
Yeah, I agree. It was louder than the rest. When I heard it, I read it, dude. Okay, I was looking. It goes off. So at the time, my boyfriend wasn't home, so it was just me, right?
Yeah.
So I'm already a scared ass bitch. I'm always thinking that someone's gonna come kidnap me. Okay.
Yeah.
So I wake up out of sleep. I'm looking for my phone. My phone had fallen in the crack of the what's the bed frame?
Yeah.
So I'm looking in the crevices of the back, trying to find my fucking phone. I read it, and I did not like put two and two together. I read Harris County. So I'm literally like, I jump out of bed, I put on my nightie, and I'm walking around the house like trying to just fucking close the whatever. Like, I'm not even trying to, nothing makes sense. And I don't even know what the fuck I was gonna do. But the pizza slicers?
Yeah.
that cuts the pizza? I bring it to the room because I'm like, this is best case scenario. What the fuck is gonna happen? Like, I felt like Seth Altman was in my living room.
Yeah, it was so violent. It was so violent. It was so scary. And then to like find out that the entire state of Texas got it at different times though. I've seen some people say that theirs was different times. Ours was 4:53 a.m. And it was just traumatizing.
Yeah.
To say the least. Seth Altman, fuck you. Literally, like, you scared the living shit out of me. I'm surprised I didn't shit myself. I was so scared. I have never, like, my heart
Yes.
was in my fucking throat. I wanted to throw up, shit myself all at once. Like it just scared the shit out of me. Like I've never, probably because I was like in a deep sleep and I wasn't expecting this. And my phone was so close to my head that like, it was just insane.
No, I agree. For some reason, I was under the impression that alerts like this only happen when it's in your radius. So when I read it and I read Harris County, I was like, no, this man is in the neighborhood. Like, Seth is here. He's coming for me. You know what I mean? So that's why I panicked, because I was like, oh, it has to be that he's close. Like,
no,
why
he's
the
fucking
fuck is he
7 hours away.
like northern Texas, and I'm here southern Texas?
I really do believe, like, I understand that these alerts need to be done. Okay, I get that 100%. But I definitely think that, you know, let's take it down a couple of notches to the people that are, you know, 7 hours away. Now those are like in the 15 minutes, you know, like nearby. Then yeah, like fucking go loud as fuck on their phones. But what the fuck am I supposed to do from all the way over here? It's like, do not approach man. You actually think so you're alerting me about this man, but you also don't want me to approach him. Like what should I do?
You also did not tell me what he looks like.
Yeah, send a picture.
Yeah, for real.
I hate when like they just give a description. I'm like, this fits a lot of people.
6 feet tall, man,
220 pounds.
Like that is every other bitch. I could throw a dime and find one of those out here. Like I'm gonna get scared everywhere I go.
Yeah.
It was unnecessary. It woke me up. I was like, like this is not slumber anymore. And then after that, I was like laying in bed. I was like, I can't go back to sleep. And you know when you get so scared that your heart does not calm down for a while, like you're calm but your heart's still confused. It was one of those. It was not the vibe. Seth, count your days.
Yeah, dude, have they caught him already?
I don't know. They'll maybe send us an alert when they catch him.
Oh my god,
might as well update us if you already ruined our Friday mornings.
Yeah, seriously, it was just traumatizing.
So unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean, I get the necessity of like sending the blue alert to nearby counties.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but like what am I gonna do all the way from over here?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is amber and blue different? Like amber alerts and blue alerts?
Amber alerts are for missing children.
Oh, okay.
Blue alerts, people are like, oh, I turned those off. I was like, damn.
You live life on the edge. I will keep mine on.
Yeah, they were like, just turn him off. And I'm like, I'm not going to turn it off. Like, what if the world is ending one day and I don't know because I fucking turned it off?
Do you remember when in Hawaii, everybody got a notification that there was a missile headed towards them or something like that?
When?
This was like years ago. Or was this on a movie? No, I feel like this was real life. I'll Google this after the podcast, but I'm pretty sure there was like a notification that everybody got in Hawaii that the world was ending. No, this wasn't a movie for sure. I feel like this cannot be reality because I feel like it would be a lot of other people. Because no, Hawaii's far.
Yeah. This girl was like, I thought Hawaii was right here, but actually it's all the way over here.
No,
and then she goes, and what are these?
It's if you look at a map, like Hawaii is not close to the United States. Yeah. It's very far.
Whenever I went to Japan, I swore that we were gonna fly like over Europe.
No, you go the other way.
I know. It was such a fucking dumb moment.
Hit the reverse.
Yeah, they said.
Yeah. What movie was I watching where they say that everybody in Hawaii got a notification, everyone was panicking?
Let's look it up.
I need to Google it. Okay. Hawaii notification. How do you spell notification?
Notificación.
World ending. Was that real?
World ending. Remember when the world was supposed to end in like 2010?
Do you remember Coney? That whole thing, and then people were like donating it to it, and it was like a whole like scam
of the world ending.
If the world ends, I just hope I'm wearing a good outfit. And honestly, the chances of that are so low.
Apparently, it was supposed to end in 2020. Oh my God, it was supposed to end in like around May of 2010 because like a pastor or something like that said it was gonna. And like I was so heartbroken because that's my birthday month.
And you were like, not before I show the fit.
No, I was so sad and like I was just like, I just want to sleep.
That's good.
I was so scared. I think it was 2010. No, like 2012. Oh. One of those. Yeah, I think it was 2012. Remember?
2012 was a wild year. 2012 and 2020, I feel like are going to always be remembered. Like
what happened in 2012? The swine flu?
No, the people thought that the world was going to end. The swine flu.
When was the swine flu? That was 2010. Swine flu. 2009.
Dude, do you ever think about COVID? Because like I still think about it all the time.
I think about COVID, but like I really just don't like to think about it. But I do think about it. Like if you get COVID now, like how embarrassing.
I still haven't gotten COVID.
Me neither.
I mean, at least not that I know of.
No. So before I got the shots, because I had to get vaccinated for work, because I worked in the medical field at the time. they did a test to see if I had gotten COVID before that. Because I was like, there's no way that I haven't gotten COVID. And the test said that I hadn't gotten COVID before. And then I got the shots. And well, I mean, unless I've gotten it after, but I've tested and nothing.
Yeah, no, I've never gotten it either.
Oh my God, the test, remember when they were fucking picking at your fucking brain?
Oh my God,
I would sneeze every time.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh wow, what a different time.
Yeah, that was, apparently there was someone said, I'm just kidding. Mom said that something worse is coming.
She's always preparing us with the worst. She always sends me, like the other day, she sent me a tweet, okay? Of like Breyer's ice cream. It like had a recall. As I'm sitting in the living room eating the same ice cream that she just sent it to me, I'm like halfway in my mouth. I'm like, should I just swallow it or throw it up? And she's like, you should definitely not be eating that. And I was like, okay. So I like literally went, threw it away. But I kept it in the fridge. I'm like, you know what?
You think it's bad?
I mean, if everything's bad for you.
That's true.
Everything's bad for you.
Yeah.
Like consuming anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, you should try to be better about some things. But
yeah.
COVID was wild. Everybody was like, like right now because of the ports that were closed.
Oh yeah.
Everybody was trying to go, like, please, like your cheeks are going to be fine. The toilet paper was not coming from those ports because.
No, but you know what's so crazy to me? It's like whenever, okay. So we can't, I don't understand the toilet paper thing. I did it in 2020 and I don't now. Like you can literally wipe your ass with a shirt if like worst case scenario.
I mean, like, it's not an ideal scenario.
I understand that, but like if worse comes to worse, like you can wipe with a shirt.
Yeah, but like I think it's kind of the one like fear mongering. Like I think it's like a domino effect of one person getting scared and then another person getting scared, and so they're all running to the store.
It's literally their products made in the US.
Yeah. I didn't understand that one, but people were like panicking as fuck, which is fair. The port's closing is a huge deal. Like they reached their, solution. But like panicking over toilet paper has always been like, I will never forget March 13th, 2020, when shit hit the fan. Everyone at Target was running around trying to get toilet paper. And I'm like, should I be doing that? Because like I'm seeing this bitch running to get toilet paper. And now it makes me think that I should.
Yeah.
And of course now someone's seeing me do it. And it's like just like people, an effect of that.
I never got scared.
Oh, wow.
Well, not that I never got scared, but I never ran for the toilet paper.
You know what's something that's crazy, and I don't think I've ever admitted it to anyone?
What?
In 2020, when shit hit the fan, I definitely was fucking scared. We had no Clorox wipes at our house, so I bought Clorox wipes from eBay for $100. Okay? The pack of 3. I thought, like, you know how, like, everything was fucking bad at the time? So I was like, how are we going to get stuff into the place? Like, how are we going to disinfect everything? Like, me and Anna were not fucking around. One time the maintenance man came in and we were like spraying the door. We were like, germs be gone. Like, absolutely not.
That's so crazy. I worked during COVID.
That must have been terrifying.
It was scary. The streets were very, very empty. Mm-hmm. It was just very traumatizing. I would get home. I would take all my clothes out in the garage, run to the shower. It was just crazy times.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, oh my God. The way I literally was home I was like, we're going to be home for 2 weeks. And then it turned into never going back to work.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But honestly, for most states, Texas was like not giving a fuck. Like, no one really gave a fuck here. I gave a fuck, but other people.
Fuck too. Yeah, I was scared.
I was
scared.
And
I was working.
Yeah, no, that must have been scary. And when, we're vaccinated.
Yeah.
When I got my Madeira shot or whatever, the 2 Madeiras, I'm not gonna lie, that whole put me out. I was not good when I took it.
Really?
So I was like, what if the anti-vaxxers were right?
I never got any side effects.
I was sick as fuck for 2 days.
My arm hurt, but that was it.
I was like sick to the point where it felt like the flu, and then I was fine.
Yeah.
But for a second there, I was like, this hoe took me out. Like, I was not well. And I would refuse to admit it to anyone because I was like, I will not give you the opportunity to tell me that I shouldn't have done this, because I will take it, you know? And at the time, I wanted to be at the club. I wanted to be out. Like, we had been inside for so long.
I know. And we had the cards.
Yeah.
With the, like.
Yeah, mine was in a little pocket.
Yeah,
and I took it everywhere. She's somewhere in here. But anyways, that was a crazy time.
Yeah.
Speaking of crazy times, Princess Diaries 3.
I know.
How do we feel?
I'm so excited. Miracles happen once in a while.
When you believe.
I'm so excited. I just love Anne Hathaway.
Oh my God, yes.
I love her so much. And I love Julie Andrews. So like, and I love Princess Diaries. Do I love the second one more than the first one? Absolutely not. Nothing will ever top the first of something. but I'm here for a third one.
Yeah, I think the second one was tastefully done.
Yeah.
So I feel like the third one's gonna be good. And Anne Hathaway, she doesn't age, which is not relevant to this, but I just think she's so gorgeous.
You know who looks like her?
Who?
Daisy Edgar Jones. Or Daisy Edgar Jones? Daisy Joan Edgards? Daisy.
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
Do you know who she is?
Yes.
Daisy.
She does. They kind of look alike a little bit.
Yeah.
Very beautiful, both of them. Anne Hathaway doesn't age, and I'm super pumped. I feel like anything she's in, yeah, they do look, oh my God, they look the same.
Yes.
I'm excited.
I'm so excited. I'm here for it. I'm excited. And yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
It's going to be good.
For sure. Speaking of things who are probably not good, I always do that. Speaking, that's something that I've picked up, I don't know from where, but Diddy. More information.
Talking about number 3.
Oh, yeah.
Diddy is going to attempt his third bail attempt.
Well,
You know, more information comes out, and I'm just like really traumatized for the rest of information that's going to come out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not ready. And I wonder, he's putting together a new, they're calling it the Legal Dream Team. It
he
has
needs
2 people.
a miracle.
He needs a miracle. And quite frankly, I feel like, okay, I guess maybe people believe like third time's the charm, but like,
Do you feel like lawyers, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Do you feel like lawyers ever think about like the situation that they're putting themselves in? Like they know this person's guilty as fuck and like they don't care? Or when you're a lawyer, do you sign to represent no matter what?
I think that, well, you can choose. So I guess.
Because like, yeah, you'd make a fuck ton of money, but ethically, like, do you feel good about yourself?
Yeah.
Like morally, do you feel fine knowing?
Yeah, like moving forward with this.
And probably the information he's going to share to you.
Yeah.
Because it's confidential.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
I would be like, oh my gosh, you did it. I can't represent you.
Yeah, I'd be like, ew. Like,
Yeah.
why are you such a horrible person? But at
Yeah.
the same time, maybe like, I don't know. I feel like lawyers maybe are just like business is business. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And
That's
innocent
understandable.
till proven guilty, but
Yeah, that's true. You know, I'm not sure.
yeah, it's going to get messier and I feel like worse.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that, you know, we see so much information that apparently there's a list now. There's like,
Yeah. Yeah, there
you
is
know,
a list.
and I just feel like it's just a lot that's coming out. But at the same time, I'm also very scared for everything that's going to come out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we saw something about a 9-year-old boy this
Yeah.
past week, and I just my stomach already hurts.
Yeah,
And there's videos about, you know, a lot more videos coming out about Justin Bieber and Diddy, and I'm just, this is all very like traumatizing information, I feel like.
and it's so public.
And it's so public.
And I do think, though, for it to be this public, because I feel like to a certain degree, of course, things are going to get leaked and put out there.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're going to put out all the information for people to understand how
Yeah.
serious this is. This isn't like something that you can pay to go away. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And people in that stature of like fame, people in that powerful position can make things go away.
Yeah. That's scary.
Which is terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, because now Tupac's family and estate is looking into, like,
yeah.
Diddy.
Apparently Michael Jackson's case is reopening too. I saw that on TikTok, so don't quote me. But you know,
Yeah, it's,
I'm just like, what in the world? It's just so crazy. All of this is so crazy.
yeah.
You know who they're looking into their case as well? The Menendez brothers.
Yeah,
Kim
yeah.
posted she wrote an essay for NBC News basically saying like, you know, we need to give them a chance and that they don't deserve to spend the rest of their life in jail. And I agree.
I agree.
And a lot of people are comparing it to Gypsy.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's valid.
I think that it's different situations.
Yeah.
I don't find it fair to compare one to the other. I think that they were both scenarios that were really fucked up for the
No, but people are saying like if Gypsy can be free,
Yeah.
then the Menendez brothers can be free.
But I also have seen the other side of it. Like, Gypsy didn't actually kill her mom.
But she still planned it.
Yeah, that is true. But that's how I've seen it. I think that they deserve a chance to be free.
A chance. Yeah.
I can't imagine what they went through that led them to that very horrendous decision they had to
Yeah.
make to feel like they could even survive.
Yeah.
So I agree. I think it's going to be intense. And I do
Yeah.
think that Kim Kardashian putting her name behind something like this will, you know, draw more attention to the case in hopes that they become free.
Have you seen Monsters?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard everything about it. A part of me doesn't want to see it.
Because of Ryan Murphy? Yeah, me too. I'm like, he's just like, oh, the Menendez brothers wouldn't be getting the attention they're getting if it wasn't because of me. And I'm like, I've heard about the Menendez brothers for years.
Yeah, you also wouldn't be making a documentary or a series about them if they weren't already known.
Out. Yeah. I hate people like that. I'm like, I understand that like my one little view is not going to make a difference if I don't watch the show. But I'm like,
it's also cruel.
Yeah, it leaves like a poor taste in your mouth.
Yeah, I agree. I think a part of me doesn't want to watch because like I want to look at what's happening in real life and not think of like the show.
Yeah.
But I do understand why people watch it. You know, they do see the entertainment value.
It's good.
Yeah.
It has great actors in it. So.
Yeah. And Mom did say it was good.
Yeah, Mom did say it was good.
Yeah, but I'm probably not going to watch it, if I'm being honest. The Chris Brown documentary.
Yeah.
Well, this is, I do think.
I felt like this was coming.
I agree.
I felt like this was coming. I didn't think it was going to come this soon. Was there like any time of... So the network that put on the docuseries Quiet on Set with the kids from Nickelodeon is coming out with a documentary about Chris Brown and his history with violence. And, you know, it's going to talk about everything that happened back to, you know, 2009 when everything went down with Rihanna, as well as talk about, you know, him and his like
legal troubles as well.
And his childhood is going to go all the way back. And I feel like I always knew that this was going to come because I feel like it was talked about, but then it was kind of just like...
I think it's very... I'll be the first person to say it, okay? I think that Chris Brown is super talented.
Super talented, yes.
However, his fans look past every little thing and every big thing. Because there's been situations way past Rihanna. They're like, oh, Rihanna was, you know, a mutual situation. I'm sorry. He almost killed her. 1. 2, there's been multiple women and men who have, you know, had situations with Chris Brown past Rihanna. So it wasn't just Rihanna.
This is Karrueche.
Yes. This was a common occurrence. This has been a string of situations where people have came out and said that he has raped them and done multiple other heinous things to them. So at what point do you just not care? Like, they don't care. I don't think Chris Brown fans are going to be shocked in the least because apparently someone is going to come forward, a new accuser is going to come forward in this documentary. I promise you, Chris Brown fans do not give a fuck.
Do you think that she'll show her face at the end?
I don't know. I think that must...
Because you know how like in Quiet on Set, it was like, and then at the end...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's difficult because I'm sure this person who's going to share their story is aware that his fans don't care. Like when this came out, like when articles were reporting that this was coming out, in the comment section, people were already saying like, nothing can make me not a Chris Brown fan. Like, you guys are always targeting him, like blah, blah, blah. Like, they cannot see past it.
Do you think he deserves a second chance?
No, I don't. I think
I'm only asking because I know a lot of those people are saying that like he deserves a second chance.
I think that Chris Brown, look, if it would have, I hate saying this because like I see how it's going to sound, but like had it been just an isolated situation with Rihanna in 2009, I could have seen a world where he rehabilitated himself and became a better man, and that was it. But Karrueche has had I don't know if she has, but had a 5-year restraining order against him. Yeah. Permanent restraining order. Do you know how hard it is to get a permanent restraining order? Very difficult. So this isn't an isolated situation. Yeah. So it begs to question, like, what does it take for people to stop being a fan of someone? Yeah. Because had this been, in my opinion, a musician can get away with this versus an actor. Actors are just not going to get work, right? Yeah. But a musician, he has sold out tours. Yeah. Nothing has affected him except for maybe performing at the MTV Music Awards or different, like the Grammys or something like that. But like other than that, he's still out there doing shows. And just 2 weeks ago, a girl went on her TikTok and talked about how she was raped at his house and how he raped her friend.
Oh, yeah, with Gemini something.
Sage the Gemini or something.
Sage the Gemini, I saw that.
So, I mean, it's been 10 plus years of accusations and allegations of multiple women and scenarios where he has put people in horrendous positions.
Do you think that he is, and I'm not trying to, do you think that he's friends with Diddy? Is he part of that Diddy list?
I don't know. And I know that this may be, you know, a situation where people disagree with me completely, and that's totally fine. You can have your own thoughts and opinions, and I'm not going to sway you one way or the other, but I used to love Chris Brown.
Yeah, me too.
Growing up, I loved his music. Yeah, me too. I will never say he's not talented, but...
Yeah, he's extremely talented.
That's extremely, to me, that's like stripped away from all the things that he has done. Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. That, we'll leave it at that because I just don't want to. I am going to watch the documentary. I'm very curious to see
it comes out October 27th.
I wonder how it's going to play through. I wonder how in depth it's going to go.
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes documentaries can be skewed to one perspective and not the other. So very curious to see how that plays out.
Yeah. I guess we'll have to see.
I guess we're going to have to see. And something that I'm waiting for to play out is I need Amy. Girl, when are we going to tell the story time about Amaya Colon?
So was it earlier this week? Yeah, it was earlier this week. So Amy posted that Amy Shehab is Sandra's sister, and you guys know the whole Amaya Colon situation, right? So Amy had posted that, you know, all of her videos on TikTok had a copyright claim. And then the next day her account got banned. And she says, you know, the account got banned just when she sent out the email to the talent agency that Iman works at. And they think that, you know, she thinks that they got her banned. And, you know, that now she's going to spill the tea because they got her banned. And you know, a lot of people are saying that Amy is doing the most. I've said it before and I will say it again. I don't think she's doing the most.
No.
I think that doing the most is like having already dropped like a story time, and she hasn't. She still hasn't. I don't think Amy would have dropped a story time if Amaya Colon had not gotten her account banned.
Yeah. I think that she set herself up for like the story time. If I'm being honest, I do think that's coming probably next week.
Yeah.
I find it very strange. People are like, oh, well, this was years ago. She needs to get over it. Like, I'm sorry.
No.
Maybe my sister may have forgiven you, but for me, it's forever.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's the thing. I made a video saying, you know, people that don't understand Amy either don't have siblings or don't care for their siblings, because I just feel like this didn't just impact her sister, it also impacted her brother. And for people that are saying things like, oh, you need to get over it, you don't get to tell someone to get over something when it didn't directly impact you. Like, it directly impacted their entire family. Imagine the hurt. And like, other people are saying, oh, it was 5 years ago, they just need to like heal and whatnot. Okay, like,
what if her healing looks differently?
Yeah, like what if her healing means like, hey, you know, airing things out? Like, why not? I'm sure that like, she probably wasn't planning on airing anything out until they banned her account. And she was throwing some subtle shade. Like, she was, you know, using the Kendrick Lamar lyrics, and like, it was like, the family matter, the truth of the matter, something.
Pointing out the liar.
Yeah, the liar. I don't remember the exact lyrics. And I'm just like, it's, you know, she wasn't doing the most. Like, in my opinion, she didn't even take it far at all. Like,
I know.
She's a big sister. I get it.
Yeah, and I'm a firm believer that you don't have to be the bigger person.
Yeah.
If someone drags you to hell, it's okay to go down there too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You brought me here, so I'm going to just act accordingly.
Yeah. And a lot of people are saying that he's not getting dragged into this as much. And I'm like, you know what? He should be. Like, he just doesn't have social media. He doesn't have a big following. Yeah. And people don't really know who he is. People know who Amaya is. And quite frankly, I think that you can expect men to do this type of shit, but your girlfriend, and a lot of people are saying like, oh, they weren't even friends. They were friends. They were friends. And she was also dating her brother. They were friends. Let's not forget that. They had like, you know, they used to, I think someone I saw in a video that they used to call each other like best friends and stuff at one point. Like, no.
Yeah, there's a story, like if you look up Amaya and Sandra on Google, it's a story of Sandra and Amaya, and it's like, love you, like they're together hugging, like they're friends.
Yeah.
You don't have to be best friends to not do that to someone.
Yeah.
Like, you could be strangers at that point and be a decent human.
You are still, and the thing is like, people are like, okay, well, maybe, you know, she was a stranger to all of this, whatever. She was dating her brother.
Yeah.
She was dating her brother. She knew. Like, I think that a lot of people are just trying to find reasons to like still support her. And like, that's fine. Like, support her. Who cares? But like, at the end of the day, like, also don't like try to talk down on the other people that were hurt in this situation, and that is the Shehab family.
Exactly. Preach. Mic drop. Boom. Boom. Well, we'll see this week. I'm very curious to see if Amy spills it.
Yeah.
I have my notifications on. I'm like, girl.
And you know, I just like don't understand why people are being like so hard on her, like talking so much shit about her and like how she needs to move on from the situation. Like, I personally don't.
I don't move past anything, so I can't imagine moving past that.
Yeah.
Like, I hold on to everything. So, like, that's a big holding on to.
Yeah. And, okay, if you move past things, that's valid. But, like, if she doesn't want to, then, like, that's valid, too.
And it's also the topic of conversation. It's not like she pulls out of thin air.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like one random day she was like, I'm going to pull a Sophia Court and just talk about something that happened.
Yeah, and, you know, a lot of people are saying that they probably got someone to comment on Sandra's TikTok. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I think that this dates back to like a long time ago, and people know, and maybe they just brought it up, and it is what it is. Like, and if they want to talk about it, I mean, they could pull a whole Risa Tisa and I'll be sad.
Yeah,
so
exactly. There's a literal Reddit page that has talked about it for years.
Yeah.
This isn't like a huge secret. It's out there. Hello. But speaking of, oh my God, we need to talk about Alejandro and Rosalia one more time.
One more time. So this week she posted a series of pictures on her Instagram. And the very first picture was her in a bikini. And in her little underboob area is Raul.
Yes, a tattoo that she's had for quite some time. I'm sure she got it when she was engaged to Alejandro.
And, you know, am I delusional for thinking that she wants his attention by posting that picture? Yes, probably. Because, like, I feel like she knew what she was doing.
There's people reporting on it, like, you know those pages that, like, talk about, like, the tea and stuff? I could see it. You know, she's not with Jeremy Allen White anymore. Could it be that she maybe wants to see if there's something there? I mean, I don't know. It was so public. Would people be happy? Would you be happy to see Rosalia and Raul back together? Honestly, be honest.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. I love them so much, but also at the same time, I don't know if it would be the same because of everything that has transpired.
I feel like their fan bases would go at it.
Like, be mad?
Yes. If you ever see, like, Raul Alejandro posting on Twitter, like, the Rosalia stands are fucking terrifying. And same, vice versa. Like, Rosalia will post something and there's Raul Alejandro fans who are posting in there and it's like, I don't think that they would ever get back together and be public about it again. I think they would be very secretive and it would be very, like, hush-hush.
Like Becky and her mans.
Who's Becky?
Becky G.
Oh, yeah, after, you know, he cheated on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it would be secrets all around. But, I mean, maybe she just wanted to see if, you know, like, he would slide.
She's so pretty.
Yeah, and I'm sure not saying that he doesn't have more, you know, ability to move on, but, like, I'm sure I don't know, the way he talked about her.
Yeah, he's probably like, I gotta call her.
You know?
Yeah.
Or maybe she just took the picture and didn't even think about it. Because I could see Rosalia not giving a flying fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine she just took the picture and we're just, like, making up all these stories.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we know how the woman's mind works.
I know.
Nothing is subtle.
Nothing.
Oh, no, everything is subtle and nothing's a coincidence.
I know.
I don't know.
I guess.
Would be tea.
It would be tea. Imagine. Spotted together. Remember that one time there was that blind item on Dumont that was like, Dumont said that Rosalia and Raul Alejandro had been spotting together in, like, at dinner in New York. And I'm like, and no picture.
I won't believe it.
2024, in 2024, there's no picture or video. Like,
Yeah.
please.
I wanted it to be true.
Me too. Because at the time, it would have been nice, you know?
But I feel like he publicly grieved the relationship so hard. Like, him crying on stage and shit. Like, I don't know. Maybe I would want different for him.
Yeah, that too.
But at the same time, they were iconic.
So iconic.
Their fucking little album, their EP. Ugh.
I don't understand where it went wrong. I still want to know.
I firmly believe that once they make music together, it's over.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to need Fade and Karol G to never make music together.
Well, I mean, they have music before they were together. But I feel like once they seal it with that, that's when it gets ruined.
That and
like,
the tattoos.
Anuel and Karol G made music together.
Yeah.
And then she was fucking singing Ocean when they were together, like, this is for Anuel or Emmanuel or whatever. And then she was crying, singing that song because it was about him. And now she's happy, of course, but, like, I feel like there's, like death marks for relationships like that. Like the tattoo thing. Like, why are you getting anyone's name tattooed on you?
I know. And Raul Alejandro covered up his tattoo.
With a butterfly.
Which was also, like, people were saying was, like, a sign to stay connected to Rosalia.
I wish I knew what happened.
I know.
To be a fly on that wall.
I know.
But at the same time, like, nothing is as it seems. Like, I wonder if their friend group, because I'm sure at one point they had mutual friends, they're like, we're so glad you guys broke up. Y'all are so toxic. Or, like, we're so shocked. Like, you guys are so cute.
Dang. Maybe.
Because, like, celebrities are toxic, too. Like, they're not chilling, you know?
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the next toxic couple that has filed for divorce. Jax Taylor and Brittany Cartwright.
They were toxic from the beginning. She should have never married him.
I know. Brittany really wanted him to change. We all told her. She just didn't listen.
I know. We told her via tweets. The girls told her on the show.
Yeah.
I will never forget. Why didn't Bravo play it? I'm so annoyed. How Jax, remember when James came to Lala and told her about the recording that Faith had given him or that he had stole from Faith? And it was like Jax talking all this shit about Brittany.
Yeah.
And it goes to the girls talking about the recording, but we never heard it.
Yeah.
That would have been the end for me.
Yeah.
It should have been the cheating, but cheating multiple times, talking shit about her.
Yeah.
Like, he was never going to change.
Yeah.
And it also makes you wonder, like, I do understand why people are like, Brittany should have known better. She should have just watched the show, you know?
Yeah. But maybe she saw the good in him.
Yeah, I do think that Brittany's gonna thrive by herself. Like, she's gonna get a very hot man.
Absolutely. Brittany, she's not gonna have any problems.
Oh no, he's probably not gonna have any problems either. But he will be somebody's problem.
Yeah. And now apparently he's hanging out with Sandoval talks to him a lot, and I'm like, didn't you talk so? You literally, I cannot. Like, he's like, Sandoval reached out while I was in the mental health facility, and like, he went through so much. Jax, you talk so much shit about him. You made multiple podcast episodes. You did a whole viewing of the fucking everything. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, that's very. Schwartz, Sandoval, and Jax all being single was 100% on my bingo card.
Yeah, absolutely.
I knew it.
Yeah.
If you rewatch the show,
I had hoped that maybe Schwartzy, maybe he just like tried a little bit, but he was a man child.
As much as I love Schwartz, okay, because there's something about that man that I just can't get past. Like, I love him, but I hate him at the same time. If you rewatch the show, the way he did Katie's so dirty.
So dirty.
He cheated on her so much.
Yeah.
And it was always like casually brought up.
Yeah, like I just kissed her and I'm like, I just can't with him. But Jax and Brittany did come up on the news this week because of Cruz's custody, I guess. And he had filled out forms wrong. And I just feel like
Jax is actually fucking stupid. Like, not like in like, oh, you're dumb. No, like actually dumb.
The fact that Brittany even was like, what did she say? She was like, no, we are married. Some people just don't know how to read or something like that. I was like, damn, shade. But, it just makes me sad. It makes me sad for their son. But I'm wishing the best for, Cruz and Brittany. And he basically gave her full custody of...
But I don't think it was meant for that to happen. I think he's just a fucking idiot.
Apparently, they had already talked about custody arrangements prior.
Yeah. I mean...
I'm like, why didn't you have a lawyer filling out this paperwork if you're having trouble?
I don't think that Jax can read past the 3rd grade level. So I don't understand why he would ever feel the need to fill out anything himself, but I think that he is the worst. So I feel like he thought that he could have represented himself, which he literally can't because he cannot read.
Yeah, literally.
No, he literally can't. Yeah. I'm sure he literally can't.
I'm excited for season 2 of The Valley, though. Like, I'm excited to see how everything plays out. It would be so iconic if like it ends up being that like everybody hates Jax and takes over Brittany's side and Jax gets like booted off the show. I feel like that could happen.
I would love that because it was his idea to bring back the show.
Yeah, that would be iconic.
And I mean, let's be honest, Vanderpump Rules was heavily centered around Jax in the beginning, but when he lost the show, he felt like it was his show and that the show could never move on.
Remember what he said to Lisa?
Yeah. This is my show.
At Tom Tom or something like that.
And she was like, actually, it's my show.
Yeah, Lisa said, wait a fucking minute.
Yeah.
But we are getting a season 2, talking about season 2 of The Valley. We are getting a season 2 of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I am so excited. I hope it's not 8 episodes.
Apparently it's going to be longer. People have been saying it's going to be 20. I don't know if that's true, but that will be iconic.
Do you think because it's 20, they're going to fucking do weekly episodes?
That'd be 20 weeks.
I would literally sue someone.
Yeah, no.
I'm excited. So it was announced earlier this week that season 2 was gonna be filmed and that they were gonna pick up filming next week, and that everybody was gonna come back. And then I thought TMZ was lying, even though TMZ, I feel like I can trust TMZ.
Unfortunately, as shady as they are usually correct.
Yeah. And so because they said everybody was coming back, I was seeing the girls do promo, but Jen and Whitney were not in the promo until Whitney posted that, a video, and she is coming back.
I think that Whitney needs to come back.
You think so?
Yes. Think about it.
I'm not a fan.
I mean, I'm not a fan either, but every show needs a villain. And I fear that she was needed in season 1. Like, what was going to happen without her there? Like, think about it.
I guess.
Like, there's likable villains, and then there's unlikable villains, and then there's people who are villains who are not needed. Like, in my opinion, this is how I see it. Unlikable villain, Jax Taylor, but needed. Tom Sandoval, unlikable, not needed. Whitney could be likable to some, could be unlikable to some, needed. You know what I mean? There's categories.
Zach, unlikable, not needed.
Exactly.
I get what you're saying.
Like, some bring it and some don't. And Whitney is so delusional that she needs to be there.
Yeah. When she was like, I don't think I'm going to be doing a season 2. I was like, girl, this show has gained so much popularity. You are going to fucking dive right in, bitch.
Of course.
Like, please don't lie to me.
Yeah. Please don't lie.
I hate when people are like, no, I just, no.
Yeah.
Mentirosa, dude.
I do think that if she dives into the villain arc, I could like her. Like, she could be likable.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to be a villain, at least own it. I think that she tried to play that she was nice, And she wasn't.
Yeah.
Just like own the fact that you are a bitch. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
At that point, you will be likable.
Yeah. And I wonder if Dakota's going to come back.
Oh, I don't care for Dakota. I feel like I feel like they're probably going to show everything that happened with Taylor.
Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, the show may have been started about Taylor, but like Taylor's not the most excited. Like, I'm not the most excited to see Taylor. I'm excited to see everyone.
Everyone, yeah. I think the girls all go well with each other. Mm-hmm. I need to know why, like, Hair by Chrissy is posting stuff of the girls. I thought they were supposed to go to Jesse.
Apparently, there was like years ago before this all became the show. Hair by Chrissy has always been like very like controversial.
Yeah.
Like back in 2020, all the big influencers used to get their hair done by Hair by Chrissy, and then you would see them and their hair was like all gone. But I don't know if that's true. But I remember wanting to get my hair done by her because I was like delusional and also poor as fuck. I went to go look at how much it would cost. It was like $1,000+ just to get like a very minor thing done. And I was like, oh my God, I can't afford it. But she would used to get all the big influencers to come and get the extensions, and then they would be bald. Well, not actually bald, but like very close.
She's bald.
Yeah, so
that's crazy. Well, I like Jessie.
I like her too. There's more to her. I need to know what it is.
Apparently, when she went to get a divorce, she was pregnant.
I saw that.
And then, this is all allegedly because I don't know. And then it turns out that the guy that she ended up marrying was the father of her baby. And it wasn't the first guy that she was married to.
That's crazy.
I know. I want all of this to come out. All of it. I want more of Layla. I want more of Michaela. I need more. I need 20 episodes. 20 episodes would be so amazing. All at once. Or, I mean, okay, I would accept 10 and then later on 10.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fair compromise.
I'm not going to do these weekly episodes like we're doing with Tell Me Lies, okay? And let's talk about Tell Me Lies.
The way they are blue balling us is wild.
God. This past episode,
I had to gather myself. I sat down because you can, personally, I don't feel like you can watch the show and be in the background. You have to like sit.
Yeah, you have to and even when you're sat, it's not good enough. I go on TikTok and it'll be like, anybody notice this part where blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't notice that.
Exactly. I have to be sat and I have to be paying attention. And I also have to be in a good headspace because the show, like this past episode, I had to pause it and be like, okay, I need to collect my thoughts because it's so much and it's so intense. Yeah. And Steven is so fucking evil. But I truly believe that everyone is just as bad as each other, except for Steven. He's the worst. But like Lucy's not innocent either. Okay, so the episode starts. We see Lucy. It's in like today.
Yeah, it's in the present.
Yeah.
And, Diana and Pippa walk into Bree's rehearsal dinner. And, that was a shocker in itself, right? Yeah. Everybody's like, and before that, people had told me, like, someone had this theory saying that Diana couldn't walk. That's why she was always sitting down. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so, like, when I see her walking, I'm like, okay, you lied to me. And I fucking believed it. Anyway, so Pippa and Diana walk in, and then, they're like, oh shit, like they're dating, whatever, right? And then we also see Bree talking on the phone with someone saying, I have a chance of a good life here, like
my chance to be happy.
A chance to be happy. You need to stop calling me. A lot of people were thinking that it was Oliver. Mm-hmm. Okay, so did I. Until the beautiful TikTok. I fucking love TikTok so much. This girl was like, I have a theory, and I'm like, I love fucking theories. And she says that she thinks it's Bree's like foster sister who needed money and was like, you need to get back with Evan to give me money. So Bree got back with Evan, started giving the sister money, but then ended up really falling in love with Evan. And now she's like, I'm not going to give you any more money. And she's like, and you need to stop calling me.
Okay. If it was Oliver, it would be too obvious. So I could see that could be true. We're in the brink of episode 7, which is the one that's
next week. Oh my goodness. I am so excited. But anyway, so that's how the episode starts. And then like Steven gives this stupid fucking speech. Why are they even letting him talk is beyond me. And he's like, I had to, have some shitty relationships to find the one, talking about Lydia, who's not even fucking there. I don't even think they're really engaged at this point. And this makes Lucy mad. So she texts Steven and is like, I need to see you. Meet me by the pool.
Oh my God.
And he's like, give me 15 minutes. And did you see the name that she like had on her phone? Steven, do not answer, in all capitals.
I'm surprised she has his phone after it's that long.
Yeah, honestly, like I've put do not answer before on an ex.
Okay, that's fair.
So anyways, so Steven says, like, agrees to meet her up because they're both still fucking toxic as fuck, Lucy. And at first, I thought this was a power move, right? Steven walks out and sees Lucy doing her man in the pool. right? They make eye contact. He's like,
he stays watching.
He stays watching though,
and she looks at him.
Yeah, and she looks at him. And at first, I thought it was a power move, and then I was like, yes, Lucy, queen, right? No, bitch. Why do you still care?
Maybe she doesn't care.
No, Kathy.
Maybe
Lucy
she
cares.
doesn't care.
Lucy cares. Lucy
I think
cares.
she's just trying to be she's like, if you're bad, I'm worse.
Yeah. Well, that's how it starts in the present. Then they, get stuck at school for Thanksgiving. Evan throws a Thanksgiving dinner-ish. They start playing a slap and shot fucking game. We find out in that scene that the girl that Steven cheated on Diana with was Leo's ex-girlfriend, Becca. And it's so crazy because they were playing the slapping game and I wanted Leo to fucking slap the shit out of Steven. And he didn't. He just grabbed his cheek and I'm like, why?
It's a power move.
It is a power move, but why?
There is nothing more powerful in this life than being able to control your emotions.
I guess I'm not powerful.
It's true though. Once you are able to control your emotions and know that you are in charge of your emotions, nothing and no one can do anything.
No one
can do anything.
Damn.
That's how we saw it, I feel.
Yeah, that happens. That tea is spilled. Obviously, Lucy goes crazy. She's like, what do you mean? Is this the only reason why you started dating me? Whatever. Then Lucy slaps the fuck out of Diana because Diana's she's like, he's done this to all the other girls. You think he's not gonna do this to you? And she's like, well, you make it easy for him to. You made it easy for him to do it. And she slapped the shit out of Diana, which made me really sad because Diana's growing on me. But I understand that she said something stupid. But damn, Lucy, the game is over, bitch. Why didn't you slap her earlier? I just kind of felt bad for her, but I also felt like Diana, please.
I feel like Diana is smarter than she's presenting herself.
She's trying to portray herself as on Steven's side. And the only reason why they're even at that dinner is because they were supposed to go to her dad's and her dad was like, you can't come home because you failed the LSATs. And I don't think she failed the LSATs. I think that she does not want to be with Steven and she wants a clear way out of this. Because, I could see that. Because Steven's only with Diana out of convenience.
Yeah.
And money. He needs money. He doesn't have money.
True. I want to tell you about a TikTok that I saw. Have you seen the TikTok about the girl whose husband apparently went to college and was in the same fraternity as Steven? The real Steven? Because this is a book based on reality.
And then, what?
Yes, this lady on TikTok made a video about how her husband went to college with the writer of the book and that Steven was in his fraternity and he exists. There's a Steven, a real Steven out there. Obviously his next
that's so crazy. I would not be okay.
And apparently the book,
there's a lot of Stevens out there actually.
Yeah. And of course the show is very exaggerated, or not very, but I'm sure it's exaggerated to a certain degree. But she said that Steven's a lawyer today and that Steven, the real guy or whatever, and that this all happened according to her husband. You haven't seen this TikTok? I sent it to you.
No. Sometimes I don't open the things that you send me.
I believe it. Also, it does tell you when you open it.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, we'll send it again.
I will.
That's crazy. I'm excited to see. Well, so then, Lucy leaves because she slapped the shit out of fucking Diana, right?
Yeah.
And Brie also leaves. Because obviously, and another thing that people were saying happened in the episode that I didn't even notice, Pippa starts going through her camera. She had taken pictures of Oliver. Pippa's gonna find out.
Yeah.
And I feel like Pippa judges a little.
Yeah, Pippa's a judger.
She is. But, I think that, okay, a lot of people are saying Evan shouldn't have said anything to Brie. But at the same time, other people are saying, he read the man to a T. He is,
47?
45 and you're 19 years old. Why does he need to, be doing this with you? And I think that Evan really does care for Brie. And he knows her past. And I don't know. So then the episode ends with, Lucy.
No.
Wait. How does the episode end?
Isn't it the conversation between Lucy and Steven?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So Lucy goes, I was like, wait, is there more?
Oh my God, that you scared me.
No, Lucy goes up to Steven and she's like, you win. I never wanted this war with you. And, I never wanted this war with you. I loved you knowing all your wrongs. Right. And people were like, am I toxic for wanting him to run after her? And I was like, man, I thought he was going to run after her too.
The way the smug look on his face just disappeared when she literally just told him I didn't want this. I fucking loved you and knowing you were a psycho.
Yeah.
And I was still down to be with you.
And a murderer.
Yeah.
Murderer
is a weird word.
Yeah. Crazy.
And now we have to wait for next week.
Oh my God. I just can't. I can't, but this episode is going to be insane.
I'm very excited. We should do a little watch party.
We should.
Come over to my house. We'll eat snacks.
I'm down.
Paula, if you're listening, this week, Wednesday, my place, pizza. But lastly, Love is Blind season 7.
God,
Ay, Dios.
I swear. Where do they find these men? I only watched the first episode, so like we will give you more updates on our view of this season of Love is Blind. But where do they find these men?
Not even men. Where do they find these people?
Yeah,
In the trenches, bitch.
yeah.
Because these people
Leo,
are...
please go home with your Rolex. You know, Nick, your high school career is over.
Oh my God, when he was like, I was a kicker and a punter, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely didn't get into the NFL because he had a shoulder injury. Like,
Yeah.
you know, one of those?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm like, Hannah, also, it's time to give up the fact that you dated the quarterback and
In
you
high
were
school.
a cheerleader in high school. Like,
People like that are so corny.
yeah, like why bring it up?
Because they felt like they were someone, so they want you to know that. And also the fact that Hannah quit her job to go on Love is Blind.
I would never.
Actually, no. Maybe I would. Maybe if it guaranteed me an influencer opportunity. I feel like every time these people, we're you know, we watch a new season of Love is
Yeah.
Blind. We're, you know, we see like the new cast. We're invested in their lives. I'm like, y'all do it all wrong. Just act a certain way if you really want to get famous. Act like, you know, you're falling in love with all. Like, I feel like they never see through the plan because a lot of them don't go on the show to fall in love. Okay?
I know.
So it's like,
what is up with them getting like such young people?
they're in their 30s, majority of them.
Hannah's 26.
Well, I guess, yeah. I also find it so fucking annoying. If there's 30 people, why can't we see everyone or cast 12 people?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't have budget,
Yeah.
then don't film or don't show us everyone.
Yeah.
Like, if there's a cast of 30, just show us 15 people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's very strange. I find that very annoying.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this, you know, season goes. I definitely cringed a lot in the first episode. I was cringing a lot.
Oh my God.
A lot. Nick and Hannah made me cringe. I'm sorry. They did.
Leo being, nobody gives a fuck that you're rich.
Yeah.
You just want people to give a fuck.
He doesn't want people to want him for his money, yet that's all he fucking brings up. I'm like, Leo, let it go.
Like, I know that you like think that it's so cool that you inherited all this shit, but like no one cares.
Yeah.
Except for maybe Brittany.
Yeah, Brittany cares.
And like that's fair.
Yeah.
But like
Brittany said, I want to be taken care of.
she said, I'm a trophy wife.
Yeah, I'm a trophy wife. She literally said that.
They're perfect for each other.
Yeah.
And we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. We'll definitely keep you guys updated.
Absolutely.
We'll definitely have to watch all the episodes. I'm not going to lie. I was just cringing at the beginning. I couldn't get through the first episode, but I will be tuning in.
Yes, for sure. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning into our episode. We will keep you posted with all the tea next week. And go to our TikTok and Morning Chisme Podcast. Oh my God, I always forget. So our TikTok is Morning Chisme Podcast. Our Instagram is also Morning Chisme Podcast. And you can also watch this on YouTube. And until next time, chismosas.
Bye, guys.
Bye.